Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret, back with Sheepishly Sharing. I have a few things to sheepishly share with you this week. I have been wrapped up in my Secret Santa preparation. I mentioned this before, and I'm sure lots of other people have been mentioning it also. Erin, Give Me Yarn 418, has a Ravelry group and a video called Thank God It's Finished, TGIF. And she organized a Secret Santa gift exchange for all of us, and so I've been having a really good time playing Secret Santa. And this week I got all excited with the crafting and the wrapping of the presentation of it. So here's a little glimpse, a little hint, because I just sent it off today, so she hasn't received it yet. So here's a little hint. I have been busy wrapping my packages to go out to my Secret Santa, and my theme here is brown paper packages tied up with yarn. I had made these little pom-poms from scrapyard a long time ago, not knowing what I wanted to do with them, and then I thought, perfect, a yarn gift for my yarn friend. It worked out. So then I made these cute little tags and made some other things. Can't show you all of it right now because I don't want you to see the name on the tags. So soon to be revealed. I've been having just as much fun looking at what other people have sent to their recipients. You post pictures of it on the Ravelry board, and also some people who do videos have done some videos to show what they've gotten. And then we've got some with extraordinary willpower, like Amy and Barry Gibson, who are going to wait until Christmas to open theirs. And I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna show y'all so you can have as much fun as I've been having. All right, moving on. I washed and dried this little hat that I made, and the wheels turned up like this, so I need to get them flat again. Usually what I do is wet them and stick a book on top of it and keep checking on it to see, make sure it's drying well and everything's flat. But I just watched Olivia Bennett's video where she was talking about having to do this very thing with a crocheted blanket, with the edging of a blanket. And so what she did was put a press cloth over it and steam pressed. And so I thought, let me try it that way. Oh my goodness, look how well it worked. Can you see it? I put the press cloth over. I didn't want to keep it too long. I do have it on steam. You can see it coming up there. And it worked great. All right, look, this is a really bad one. Right here, you see how that's flipped up? Of course, it needs to lie down. Put the press cloth on top to protect it because acrylic will melt. And look, it stays flat. Thank you, Olivia. Let's do it a second time just for good measure. All right, let's move this one over here. These have to be tied in. I had added the road lines, and I did it a little bit loosey-goosey so that when you put the hat on and stretched it, you had plenty of room for stretch. So pretend that's not there. And I will cover that wheel. That one looks pretty good. Did I do that already? Yeah, I did that one already. So there you go. So which way do I need to put it? Thank you, Olivia. Wheels fixed.
In that same past video, number 96, I showed you these Chrismon ornaments and gave you the history and told you what they were for. And so I thought maybe you'd like to see them hanging on the finished Chrismon tree. I spy two of them. Can you find them? And this is the whole tree in its gold and white themed glory. Thought it turned out really pretty.
My mother-in-law likes to craft, and while she does a little knitting and crochet, she doesn't know how to read patterns and is not familiar with all the technical terms. And she made this pot holder for me a while back, and it's one of my favorites. And I said, well, I call her Mama, which is what the kids call her. And I said, Mama, how did you do it? And she says, well, you chain 30 and then you just single crochet all around and it turns in on itself and then you join it. And technically that is exactly what you do, but I needed a little bit more information than that. For example, do you put 2 single crochets in your ends when you're turning them, or all that technical stuff? And so I went looking for a pattern. Now I didn't know what to call this pot holder. I just assumed I'd see it, I'd know it when I saw it. And I had a hard time finding it, and I found 2 patterns on the internet, free patterns, because I think this is something that's been around for a long time. And they were not written very clearly either, so I had to do a little trial and error with it till I finally figured it out. I saw where Teresa Crochet Geek had a video, and she called it the Magic Pot Holder, but she didn't do it the way I did it. And I actually preferred my closures better. So I may be doing a tutorial if y'all are interested. Although you can watch Teresa's. It's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty close. So anyway, this is it. And it's double thickness of cotton. This happens to be Bennett Handicrafter Cotton Twists. The colors are red and off-white, and then it has a sort of a gold or a khaki running through it. So it doesn't show as many stains. I have a stain on this one right here. But anyway, I liked it, and I ended up making 2 of them. Very quick gifts, by the way, if you want to give someone a little something in their Christmas stocking or something. But I really use these a lot, and as a matter of fact, I was cleaning out my drawer and looked at some of those poor pitiful pot holders that I had in there, and I said, well, this is ridiculous. I know how to crochet. Let me just look it up and I'll figure it out and make some more like this. So I did. Mama used the Lily's Sugar and Cream or the Peaches and Cream for this. It's a little bit thicker than each strand of this Bennett, so I actually believe it just feels denser than this one does. Not that there's any worry. I mean, this is plenty thick enough, so don't be concerned about which, type of cotton you get. Just make sure it's cotton, because as we all know, acrylic would just melt if it got too hot. So that's all I've been working on as far as this goes. Actually, I have been working on the hat with the moose. I keep messing up the decreases and having to go back, so it's frustrating me, especially because I know I didn't do the floats right before. But we'll get to that. So that's all I've got on the docket right now. Christmas is fast approaching, and of course I have lots of things that I've got to do for the family or whatnot. But I still haven't done my salt dough clay ornaments, so I need to make time for that, because that should be a good cookie making experience without actually making cookies. So, but anyway, oh, one more quick thing I wanted to bring up. On Lifetime, there's this reality show called The Sisterhood, and it's about these young girls who are going through a period of discernment, which is trying to figure out if you are really called to be a nun or not. And our own Sister Margaret Mary's community is going to be in it. Stop. The cat's rubbing up against it. She's rubbing up against the leg and shaking the camera. Yes, next week the girls are heading to Sister Margaret Mary's community. That's where the convent is, where their work is, where they're going to learn the aspects of what happens in her world. in other words. So she won't tell me if she's going to be in it, if she's going to be the next TV star or not. I don't know, so we have to wait and see. But it's been interesting. Some of these little girls have some real issues. I don't doubt that all of them have heard a calling of some sort. They've handled, I mean, I have fallen in love with the nuns. They are adorable and their advice is wonderful. So it's a great little series. I'm enjoying it. Thought you might want to check it out on Lifetime. And I know it's on demand for most cable networks, and I think you can even watch it online if you don't get it and if you're interested in that. So maybe we have a movie star among us. Bye.